On June 8, 1949, hugely popular screen idols, including Edward G. Robinson, John Garfield, and Frederick March, were called out as commies by the US government. They based their conclusion on accusations by confidential informants, coupled with some rather imaginative analysis. The first breadcrumb on the trail to Tinseltown was the Communist Party of the United States, supposedly boasting that it had been successful in using well-known Hollywood personalities to further Communist Party aims. Oscar winner Frederick March came under superstition because he had the unpatriotic nerve to question America's rapidly growing nuclear arsenal. Helen Keller and Danny Kaye also shared this dangerous viewpoint. He also campaigned to provide relief to war-torn Russia, and that, of course, was a big no-no. The communist witch hunt, it had begun in 1946. The Attorney General gave FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover the go-ahead to put together a list of Americans with questionable loyalty who should possibly be detained during a period of national crisis. In 1947, Congress, during the course of their witch hunt, cited 10 Hollywood directors and writers for contempt because they would not reveal their political affiliations or point the finger at others that may be communists. This group became known as the Hollywood 10, and all of them were convicted and sent to prison. One of the 10, Edward Dmytryk, ultimately decided to give names, and as a result his prison sentence was shortened and he was removed from the Hollywood blacklist. Edward J. Robinson, everyone's favorite movie gangster, found all of this completely outrageous and certainly wasn't afraid to say so. These rantings, ravings, accusations, smearing, and character assassinations can only emanate from sick, diseased minds of people who rush to the press with indictments of good American citizens. I've played many parts in my life, but no part have I played better or been more proud of than that of being an American citizen. One blacklisted individual, Lionel Stander, wasn't afraid to point out the hypocrisy of the Congressional Committee to their faces, stating, "I know of a group of fanatics who are desperately trying to undermine the Constitution of the United States by depriving artists and others of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness without due process of law. I can tell names and cite instances, and I am one of the first victims of it. These people are engaged in a conspiracy outside all the legal processes to undermine the very fundamental American concepts upon which our entire system of democracy exists." Nevertheless, all this continued for some time. In fact, at the start of the Korean War in 1950, Hoover submitted a plan to President Truman to suspend the writ of habeas corpus and round up and detain the 12,000 or so citizens suspected of un-American activity by the FBI. And it's at this point we can only wonder if that meant they would need to round themselves up. Whatever the case, luckily, President Truman turned him down. So I really hope you found that short video interesting. If you did, please do give us a thumbs up below and don't forget to subscribe. Brand new videos a few times a week. And as always, thank you for watching.